So today I'm going to see if I can possibly film actually painting the watercolor. I hope I can pull this off with the funny little camera setup that I have, and I hope you enjoy the film. It is a picture that my mother took of the Amalfi coast in Italy when she went on a trip there. And I've always wanted to paint this picture. I'm thinking about painting a big oil, but I wanted to try it out in watercolor first and see how it turns out. I hope you enjoy it. Basically, I have just put in some background colors, a very, very faint pinkish hue into the white sky, and then some burnt sienna with a lot of water into the rocks in the front, and some very pale green into the grasses that are hanging over. I guess they're vines and whatnot, and bushes, and then a tiny little bit of glacial blue in the background of that mountain that's back there. So I laid these on and let them dry overnight, and now I'm coming in and putting in just a little darker here and there and slowly peeling out the detail. Eventually I figure out that my hand is crossing in front of the camera, so I move my water to the other side. I make sure not to rub too hard in these areas because if I do, I'm going to remove the paint that's underneath. I'm putting it on fairly dry. But I just kind of tap it on so that I'm not scrubbing it. I'm going back and forth between my smaller brush and my larger brush. Of course, the larger brush I'm using in the bigger areas. I've switched to the larger brush here. And just keep layering on darker, more vibrant colors as I go along. Then you'll notice that the mountain in the background is not as dark, even though it may look a little dark right now. As I work one area, I let the other area dry. The colors up front are going to be more vibrant because they're closer to us and they don't have the atmosphere dulling them. Some very innovative people carved this right into the mountainside, which I think is amazing. And I feel like I'm participating in that construction right now because I'm trying to carve this into my painting. See, the jetties are throwing little shadows, which makes the water in front of them bluer and darker. And as you come forward, I'll be putting more shadow in around the rocks in the front as well. Another layer, bringing the foreground even closer to us with more depth and more color, more detail, more vibrancy. Certainly this could have a lot more detail, but you could also ruin it by putting too much in. So we'll call this finished. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you had a good time. You see, this is not perfection, but it's a feeling, and it is kind of representational of what I'm looking at in the photo. Certainly could have done a better job, and if I were to do a giant oil or something, I'd make these details probably a lot better. But it's really not important. We're just trying to get a concept in here. I think we all know what this is. Somebody out there, try today to paint something, even if you've never done it before. I think you'll be really happy that you did.